Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success like a magnet, while others spend their whole life chasing it without results? What if the secret isn't money itself, but something hidden deep inside your mind, and maybe written in your stars? Here's a shocking truth. Your zodiac sign can reveal not just your personality, but your potential to become a millionaire. And today, we're going to talk about Gemini. Yes, Gemini, the sign everyone calls unpredictable, changeable, even restless. But what if that restless energy, that dual nature, is actually the key to wealth? In this video, we'll explore how Gemini's mind works behind the scenes, why their thoughts, emotions, and actions naturally lead them towards success, and why being two people in one might be their greatest strength. This isn't about daily horoscopes. This is about psychology, cosmic design, and how your inner world creates your outer reality. If you're a Gemini, or someone curious about the power of the human mind, this video will change how you see yourself and your path to success. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the world of Gemini. Oh, and before we start, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a little inspiration today. Ready? Let's begin. Have you ever noticed how sometimes, deep inside, you feel like two people living in one body? If you're a Gemini, you probably know exactly what I mean. One side of you is logical, strategic, always thinking, planning, analyzing. But then, there's another side, emotional, sensitive, a side that dreams, feels, and sometimes even doubts. And yet, this duality isn't a weakness. It's your hidden strength. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path is clear and calculated. The other? Uncertain, but exciting. Most people get stuck. They choose safety, or they choose risk, and regret their decision later. But not Gemini. Your mind can hold both realities at once. You can think like a strategist and feel like an artist. You can analyze, but also empathize. This is your secret weapon. Because while others are trapped by overthinking or led blindly by emotion, you, dear Gemini, can merge both worlds. You make decisions not just from logic, but from a place of emotional intelligence. That's what makes your choices powerful. It's what sets you apart in business and in life. But let me ask you something. Have you ever felt restless? Like no matter how much you achieve, your mind still pushes you towards something more. That's not a flaw. It's not impatience. It's your nature calling you to grow. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of thought, of movement, of endless curiosity. For you, success isn't a destination, it's a process, a journey of constant becoming. Think of the entrepreneurs who never settle, the writers who keep reinventing their stories, the travelers who find home in every new city. Their secret? A restless mind, just like yours. So next time you feel that itch to learn something new, start a new project, or change direction, don't resist it. Follow it. That's your growth in motion. That's your soul evolving. Every new skill you learn, every new idea you chase, it's not a distraction. It's a step toward the version of you who's waiting, just beyond the horizon. Now, let's talk about something people often misunderstand about Geminis. Your charm. Some say you're simply good with people, but they don't see what's really happening. When you're in a room, you're not just speaking, you're sensing, observing, reading emotions like hidden maps. You notice the hesitation in someone's voice, the flicker of doubt in their eyes, and without even realizing it, you respond, you adjust your tone, your words, you meet people where they are, and guide them toward where you want them to be. That's not manipulation, that's emotional intelligence at its highest form. Think of the successful leaders who make everyone feel heard, the negotiators who close impossible deals with a smile, the artists who speak directly to your soul. Behind all of them is the same gift you hold, the ability to connect, to resonate, to influence, not by force, but by understanding. So, next time you're networking, pitching an idea, or simply connecting with someone new, remember this: your charm isn't superficial, it's deep, it's powerful. Use it with intention. Let it open doors. Let it build bridges. Because every connection you make is a seed of opportunity waiting to grow. But why does change attract you so much? Why do you feel restless when life feels too predictable? The answer lies in something deeper. For you, change isn't chaos, it's security. While others build walls for protection, you build doors, windows, and entire new rooms. You know that the safest place to stand is where you can move freely. That's why Gemini thrives in uncertainty. It's why you adapt faster than anyone else. Imagine a storm approaching. Some people freeze, others try to build shelters. But you feel the wind change, and you move swiftly, naturally, almost effortlessly. In business, in relationships, in personal growth, this ability is priceless. When markets shift, you pivot. When people change, you adjust. When challenges appear, you find another route. Not because you avoid problems, but because your soul knows movement is life. So, embrace your adaptability. Don't let anyone convince you to settle down in ways that suffocate your spirit. Your path isn't straight, it's a dance, a journey with twists and turns. And every change you embrace, every pivot you make, is another step closer to the future you're meant to create. And here's something to remember. Every time life pushes you to choose between your logical side and your emotional heart, don't choose. Blend them. That's your gift. That's your power. Let your duality guide you. Let your restless mind lead you. Let your hidden charm open the doors. And let your adaptability keep you moving toward the success that's waiting for you. Let's pause for a moment and think about something simple, yet powerful. When was the last time you asked why? Why things work the way they do? Why people behave a certain way? Why success feels so different for each person? For Gemini, this question is not occasional curiosity, it's a constant companion. A Gemini's mind is always asking, always searching, always exploring. But here's the deeper truth. This curiosity isn't just about facts or knowledge, it's about survival, growth, freedom. Behind every question a Gemini asks is a silent hope that the answer will help them move forward, help them unlock the next door. Because when Gemini stops learning, they start feeling trapped, and nothing scares a Gemini more than feeling stuck. Have you ever noticed how many times you've changed interests? How many new books, skills, or even people you've explored in your life? That's not because you're inconsistent. It's because your soul needs to evolve. Like a river that carves its own path, your curiosity shapes your future. Every new idea you explore is a stepping stone toward the person you're meant to become. So, if you ever feel guilty for being too scattered, stop. You're not lost. You're expanding. Every hobby you pick up, every subject you dive into, even for a short time, is a piece of your puzzle. Let it fit in. Let your curiosity lead you to places others can't even imagine. Now, think about those moments when a problem feels too big, too complex, too impossible to solve. Most people get overwhelmed. They try what's been done before. They look for answers in straight lines. But Gemini, you see things differently. Your mind isn't wired for repetition. It's designed for innovation. Have you ever noticed how ideas seem to connect in your mind, like invisible threads? You're talking about one thing, and suddenly you see a link to something completely unrelated. A random conversation gives you a business idea. A childhood memory sparks a solution to today's problem. That's not luck. That's your brain working exactly as it's meant to. Your creative thinking, your ability to look sideways instead of forward, is one of your greatest tools. It allows you to solve problems others can't even understand. Think of the inventors, the startup founders, the artists who changed their industries. Most of them weren't following a path, they were creating one, just like you. So next time your idea feels too crazy or too different, trust it, explore it, because what seems strange to others might just be your breakthrough. Innovation isn't about doing what works, it's about imagining what's possible. And now, let's go deeper. Deeper into something people often feel, but rarely understand. Have you ever felt that people just trust you? Even strangers? They open up. They share their thoughts. They follow your lead without questioning why. It's not because you're lucky. It's because you carry something rare, something subtle, something powerful. A kind of energy that draws people in. Your charisma. But this isn't surface-level charm. It's not about compliments or smiles. It's about presence. The way you look someone in the eye. The way you listen, even when you're silent. People feel safe with you. They feel understood. And in a world where everyone is fighting to be heard, feeling understood is priceless. Your natural charisma creates opportunities you don't even see. Someone remembers you from a conversation years ago. A client chooses you, even when your offer wasn't the best on paper. A mentor agrees to help you, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. This energy, this invisible influence, is your silent business card. It opens doors before you even knock. But here's the key: use it with purpose. Use it to build real connections, to form partnerships where both sides grow, to attract people who believe not just in your ideas, but in your vision. And now, let's connect this to something even more strategic. Have you ever wondered why life seems to send you people from every possible background? Different industries, different cultures, different stories. Some might say it's random, but you know it's not. You, Gemini, are a natural network builder. Without trying, without planning, you meet people, and somehow they stay connected to you. That friend from college who now runs a startup, that neighbor who turned out to be an investor, that stranger on a flight who ended up helping your career. But here's the deeper truth. Each person in your network is a key, a door, a possibility waiting to happen. Not because they owe you anything, but because you built something money can't buy: trust. Think about it. Every time you genuinely listened, every time you shared your knowledge without expecting anything back, every time you remembered their story, their challenge, their dream, you weren't just being polite, you were planting seeds. And now, those seeds are your strength. Your diverse network is not an accident. It's your greatest asset. It gives you access to information, resources, and opportunities that others will never find. Use it, respect it, and above all, nurture it. Reach out to people without a reason. Help them solve their problems. Celebrate their wins. Because one day, when you need a door to open, that connection will be there. All of this, your curiosity, your creativity, your charisma, your network, they are not just traits. They are strategies, they are tools, they are the hidden architecture of your future success. And as we move forward, we'll uncover even more, because the final 3 insights will reveal the deepest psychological secrets of Gemini's wealth-building journey. Insights that might surprise you, challenge you, or even change how you see yourself forever. Now, let's talk about something most people don't realize about Gemini. You were never made to depend on just one thing, one job, one income, one path. Deep inside, you've always known this. Maybe you've tried to fit in, tried to focus on just one career, but something inside you kept pulling you towards something more. And that something is your gift. You are built for multiple streams of growth, financially, emotionally, spiritually. You feel secure not when you hold tightly to one source of success, but when you spread your wings across many possibilities. This is why Gemini thrives in side businesses, investments, passive income, or creative projects that grow alongside each other. It's not because you're unfocused, it's because you're wired to diversify. Think about your own life. Maybe you started a business on the side while working a full-time job. Or maybe you've turned a hobby into extra income without planning to. That's your instinct for multiple paths showing itself. And it's not just practical. Psychologically, it gives you freedom. When one door closes, you know another will open. And most people? They panic when things collapse. But you pivot. You adapt. So don't suppress this instinct. Cultivate it. Let yourself learn new skills. Try new ventures. Build more than one path forward. Because every extra road you create is one less reason to fear failure. Now imagine standing in a room full of strangers, each one speaking a different language. Most people would feel lost, disconnected, but not you, because language for Gemini is never just words. It's connection, it's understanding, it's building bridges between people and possibilities. Maybe you've noticed this already. How easily you pick up new words. How quickly you understand a new culture's tone, rhythm, energy. You're not just learning a language, you're reading people's emotions hidden inside their words. In today's world, where businesses cross borders and opportunities live on the other side of the planet, your ability to learn languages isn't just a skill, it's a key. It opens doors to clients, investors, friends, and mentors from around the world. It breaks barriers most people never even try to cross. So, whether you're thinking of starting a global business, connecting with international clients, or simply expanding your horizons, remember this. Every new language you learn isn't just a communication tool. It's a doorway into new markets, new wealth, and new understandings of life itself. Now let's shift our focus to the future, to vision, to strategy. Have you ever wondered why you see potential where others see problems? Why, when people talk about obstacles, your mind jumps ahead to solutions? It's because Gemini isn't just a sign of curiosity, it's a sign of foresight. You're not chasing short-term wins. You're playing a long game, whether you realize it or not. Every conversation, every connection, every opportunity. You're quietly weaving them into a bigger plan. A future you can already see forming in your mind. Picture this. While others focus on surviving today, you're already imagining how today's risks could shape tomorrow's rewards. Your mind zooms out, maps the bigger picture, and spots patterns before they're obvious. This is why you succeed in business, why you excel in innovation, why you build wealth not from impulse, but from insight. Don't let this gift go unused. Embrace it. Write down your visions. Build long-term plans, not just goals. Trust your inner strategist, because while others react to life, you can design it. And now, let's talk about your mind, not its thoughts, but its speed. Have you ever been in a situation where everyone's hesitating, waiting, overthinking, and you're already moving? That's not impatience. That's your quick mind at work. Your brain processes possibilities faster than most people. You analyze risks, weigh outcomes, and make decisions while others are still listing pros and cons. This mental agility isn't just about business, it's about life. In negotiations, you can adjust your strategy in real time. In conversations, you sense when to push and when to pause. In crises, you're calm not because you don't feel pressure, but because your mind is already 5 steps ahead. But here's the lesson. Speed doesn't mean rushing. It means responding, flowing, moving with life instead of freezing in fear. Use this skill consciously. When an opportunity appears, trust your process. When life demands a choice, make it. Not recklessly, but with confidence in your ability to adapt afterward. Because in a fast-changing world, slow decision-making is a bigger risk than bold action. Every time you trust your quick mind, you step closer to wealth success, and freedom. And as we move forward in this journey, remember, what you've heard so far is just the beginning, because the final 3 insights waiting ahead will reveal the most surprising truths, the most powerful, and perhaps even the most controversial reasons why Gemini is destined to succeed where others fail. Stay with me. What comes next might just change the way you see yourself forever. Let's pause and think about something most people never really consider. Do you believe you have to do everything yourself to succeed? That working harder, doing more, controlling every detail is the key to building wealth? If you're a Gemini, that idea probably feels exhausting, and here's the truth: it should, because Gemini isn't designed for micromanaging every task. You're built for something much more powerful: delegation. But not just the act of handing off tasks, the mindset behind it. You instinctively know when to step back and let others help, not because you're lazy, but because deep down, you understand energy is limited. And your energy should be saved for what truly matters. Imagine this: you're building a business. You could spend hours on small details, or you could focus on your vision, your creativity, the strategy that only you can create, while others handle what doesn't need your brilliance. This is why leaders succeed. They know when to lead and when to let go. You, Gemini, naturally sense this. Think about your own life. How many times have you felt drained trying to do everything? How many times did you hesitate to ask for help, even when you knew you should? Remember this: delegating is not giving up control. It's creating freedom. Freedom to think, to innovate, to focus on what truly drives your success. So next time you hesitate to let someone support you, remind yourself, your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. Now, let's explore something deeper. Your energy, not just physical, but emotional, mental, spiritual. You've probably heard people say your enthusiasm is contagious. And maybe you smiled politely, not realizing how true that really island. Gemini's enthusiasm isn't a simple burst of excitement. It's an emotional force, a magnet that pulls people closer without effort. It's the way your eyes light up when you speak about something you love, the way your tone shifts, your pace quickens, and suddenly everyone in the room feels it too. But where does this come from? Psychologically, it's your core drive for connection. When you believe in something, you don't just share facts, you share feelings. You invite people into your vision. You make them feel part of it. And that is leadership. Think about a moment in your life when you felt inspired by someone. Maybe it wasn't their words that moved you. It was their energy, their certainty, their passion. You carry that same spark inside you, and when you let it shine, people follow. So, the next time you're pitching an idea, building a team, or simply talking about your dream, don't hold back. Let your enthusiasm lead. It's not just your personality, it's your power. And speaking of power, let's face a truth most avoid. Success isn't safe. It demands risk. Financial, emotional, psychological. And here's where Gemini surprises everyone. People think you fear commitment, fear stability. But in reality, you're one of the bravest signs when it comes to taking financial risks. Not because you're reckless, but because you understand something deeper. Every risk is a doorway, a possibility, a test of growth. You know failure isn't the end. It's information, it's experience, it's redirection. Where others hesitate, you step forward. You invest in that new venture. You launch that product. You explore that unconventional path, not blindly, but with your mind sharp, your instincts awake, and your adaptability ready. Think of the greatest entrepreneurs in history. How many played it safe? Very few. Most of them risked what others feared to touch. That's what created their success. And you, Gemini, carry that same adventurous spirit. It's your willingness to explore the unknown that positions you ahead of those still waiting for certainty. So, if you're standing at the edge of a financial decision right now, ask yourself, is this fear speaking, or is this growth calling? Your answer could change everything. Now, let's look at something that fuels you in ways you may not even realize. Technology, innovation, progress. You're not just curious about new tools, you're drawn to them. Why? Because at your core, Gemini craves movement, change, evolution. Every time you discover a new software, a new platform, a new way of working, your mind lights up. You don't just adopt technology, you integrate it. You think, how can this help me grow? How can this open new doors? How can this make my work easier and my future bigger? This is why Gemini often succeeds in digital spaces. Startups, online business, media, marketing, anything that evolves quickly, anything that demands agility, anything built on ideas that weren't possible yesterday. That's where you thrive. And it's not just practical, it's psychological. Embracing technology feeds your need for mental stimulation. It satisfies your hunger for forward motion. It gives you the tools to build the future you keep envisioning. So, don't resist your curiosity. Dive deeper. Be the first to learn, the first to test, the first to apply. Your willingness to innovate is not a hobby, it's a survival strategy in a world that never stops changing. And remember, every new tool you master, every new innovation you embrace, is another step ahead of those waiting for change, instead of creating it. Now, as we move forward, know that everything you've discovered about yourself so far is just the surface. Because in the next and final part of this journey, we'll reveal the last 3 truths, the most intimate, the most psychological, the ones that will challenge everything you believe about your emotions, your relationships, and your purpose. Stay with me. What comes next is the heart of why Gemini was always meant to succeed. Let me ask you something. When was the last time someone really listened to you? Not just heard your words, but truly listened. Understood what you meant, even when you didn't say it directly. If you're a Gemini, chances are you've been that person for others, without even realizing it. Because listening isn't just a habit for you, it's a hidden skill. You read between the lines. You catch the emotion under the sentence. You feel the hesitation someone else might ignore. And that's why you often win people's trust without trying. In business, this skill becomes priceless. While others push to sell, you pause. You ask. You listen. You adjust your offer, your tone, your message, until it fits what the person in front of you truly needs. That's not just smart negotiation. That's human connection. And in a world where everyone wants to be heard, being the one who listens sets you apart. So next time you find yourself in a meeting, a conversation, or even a casual talk, remember, your power isn't in what you say. It's in what you hear, and what you do with that knowledge. Listening is your silent advantage. Use it. Now, let's step into something deeper. Something most people fear. Shifting roles, changing faces, being adaptable, not just in actions, but in identity. Gemini, you've always felt this. The ease of switching between leader and collaborator, between speaker and listener, between thinker and feeler. And maybe people told you that made you inconsistent, but they were wrong. This adaptability is your greatest leadership tool. When the moment needs a leader, you step up, confident, visionary. You inspire, you direct, you energize those around you. But when the moment needs a teammate, you're just as comfortable stepping back, supporting, listening, contributing quietly, without seeking the spotlight. This ability to move between roles isn't confusion, it's mastery. You understand what many never learn, that success isn't about always leading or always following. It's about knowing when to do each and flowing between them with ease. Think about your own life. Times when you naturally became the leader in a project, then just as naturally supported someone else's idea. That wasn't indecision, that was wisdom. So, trust this part of yourself. Don't force one identity. Let your adaptability lead, because in every role, there's a way forward, and you know how to find it. Now, take a breath, because we've reached the end of this journey together. And yet, maybe it's not an ending. Maybe it's a beginning. What have we really explored today? Not just the qualities of Gemini, but the blueprint of someone designed for success. A mind that's curious yet focused, a heart that connects yet protects, a spirit that thrives on change yet finds stability in movement. Maybe you heard parts of yourself in this video, or maybe you discovered new sides of who you are. Either way, remember this: you are not one person, you are many layers, many paths. And every time life tries to box you in, you were born to break free. Let your curiosity guide you. Let your creativity build your future. Let your adaptability open doors you haven't even seen yet. And above all, trust your duality, because inside that constant shifting, inside that restless mind, is exactly where your power lives. If this message spoke to you, if you saw your story in these words, then stay with me. There's so much more waiting for you. More lessons about your sign, more insights into your hidden strengths, more ways to unlock the success you deserve. So, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like this video if you felt seen today, and share it with someone who needs this message, maybe a Gemini who forgot how powerful they really are. Because this is just the start of your story, and I'll be here, ready to help you write the next chapter. See you in the next video.